शून्यवादी पाश्चात्या देशतारिणे वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुस्तुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयं मुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। शृण्वतं स्वकथा कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृदयन्तस्थो हि अभद्राणि विधुनोति सुहृत्सतम्। Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Is everyone able to hear me?
Yes,
Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Yeah. So we are reading from Shrimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 20, the Lord Vishnu's appearance in the sacrificial arena of Maharaj Prithu, verse 23, right? Mataji, 23. So these 23 verses, the starting verse of Prithu Maharaj offering his prayers to the Lord. So someone will start reciting the prayer verse.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranam.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
पृथुरुवाच वरान् विभो त्वद्वरदेश्वरात् बुद्धः कथं वृणीते गुणविक्रयात्मनां येन रक्कानामपि शन्ति देहिनां तानीश कैवल्यपते वृणेन च. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Vasudha Mataji, you can read
Someone
the
read.
translation. Vasudha Mataji, read the translation.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Translation, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Lord, you are the best of the demigods who can offer benedictions. Why, therefore, should any learned person ask you for benediction meant for living entities bewildered by the modes of nature? Such benedictions are available automatically, even in the lives of living entities suffering in hellish conditions. My dear Lord, you can certainly bestow merging into your existence, but I do not wish to have such a benediction. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Krishna.
Mataji, you want us to read the purport?
Yeah, yes, Mataji.
Mataji. Naimisha Mataji, you can read the purport. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, purport by His Divine Grace Sesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. There are different kinds of benedictions according to a person's demands. For karmis, the best benediction is promotion to the higher planetary systems, where the duration of life is very long and the standard of living and happiness is very high. There are others, namely Jnanis and Yogis, who want the benediction of merging into the existence of the Lord. This is called Kaivalya. The Lord is therefore addressed as Kaivalyapati, the master or Lord of the benediction known as Kaivalya. But devotees receive a different type of benediction from the Lord. Devotees are anxious neither for the heavenly planets nor for merging into the existence of the Lord. According to devotees, Kaivalya or merging into the existence of the Lord is considered as good as hell. The word Naraka means hell. Similarly, everyone who exists in this material world is called Naraka because this material existence itself is known as a hellish condition of life. Ritu Maharaja, however, expressed that he was interested neither in the benediction desired by the karmis nor that desired by the Jnanis and Yogis. Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati Prabhu, a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya, described that Kaivalya is no better than a hellish condition of life, and as for the delights of the heavenly planets, they are factually below the wisps or phantasmagoria. They are not wanted by devotees. Devotees do not even care for the positions held by Lord Brahma or Lord Shiva, nor does a devotee desire to become equal with Lord Vishnu. As a pure devotee of the Lord, Prithu Maharaja made his position very clear. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Namisha. Thank you. So yeah, in this chapter, what we are trying to understand is that, the Lord Vishnu appeared in the sacrificial arena, and then he forgave Indra, and then gave the knowledge about how how to be detached, not malicious towards others, and not to be carried away by Maya. Like that, he forgave and gave the knowledge about body, soul, super soul, and how this knowledge will leads us to bhakti. And he gave, how to he serve, Lord Vishnu instructs Prithu later, giving that, how to serve him, and then by occupational duties, how to attain peace and perfect, perfection, like that. And then Prithu Maharaj understood the soul's real position. And what is the soul's real position?
Eternal service of Krishna.
Jivere Haye Krishnera Nitya Dasa. So our eternal constitutional position is servant of the Lord. So when you understand that position of the Lord, then automatically you will be eligible for liberation. And then Prithu Maharaj is supposed to be as a king, protect citizens, and then he derive results based on that, benefits. And he says, I'm pleased with you. Lord is pleased with Prithu Maharaj. He says, I'm pleased with you. And then here he's asking, any benediction you want, can you please ask? And then Prithu is receiving all the instructions. He accepted all the instructions. And then on the other side, Indra begging forgiveness from the Lord. And then Lord mercy is flowing to Prithu Maharaj. And then Prithu Maharaj started worshipping the Lord. And then like that, when Prithu Maharaj started worshipping the Lord, that's where he started offering these prayers. Yeah. So Lord instructing Prithu. What are the instructions Lord gave to Prithu Maharaj? Those 4 instructions. Anybody remember? What are the instructions Prithu Maharaj, Lord gave to Prithu Maharaj? He says how to treat, first is it how to treat higher, intermediate and lower entities with equality. Yeah, he says that. And then he says you be equipoised in happiness and distress. Sitoshna Sukha Dukkhada, he says that. And he says you control your mind and senses. And then he says final, protect your citizens. Lokarakshanam, he says. So that is what, 4 instructions Lord gave to Prithu Maharaj. And then he also mentioned why should a king protect his citizens? Why should a king protect his citizens? This is just previous verses only I'm asking.
That is the Kshatriya's duty.
Yeah, it's a Kshatriya duty. And then what else happens? Varnashrama Dharma a king is doing. Yeah, what else happens? It is mentioned that a king protects its citizens. He will get 1/6 of their piety. 1/6 of their piety. Yeah, that's why, king should protect citizens. And then if it doesn't, the citizens will take the king's piety. And then the king will suffer for their sins. Like that, in a family also, we see, we have like when you hear the pastime of Prahalad Maharaj, the 7 generations above below will get benefit, right? So similarly, if there is any parent is not looking after the child, you see, the child will go in different directions, and all the sins will be gone to the parent also to suffer, right? Like that, so if the king is not protecting the citizens, then all the impieties of the citizens will go to the king, and then king will suffer, like that. So protecting citizens is instruction also he gave, and then based on those principles of receiving, how to look after the brahmanas, how to be detached, without any attachment, being in his position, and then citizens will actually naturally love the king. So then you will see the great saints, like what Vishnu said is, you will take the darshan of 4 Kumaras. Like that he says. That is what. And then he instruct, and then he says, now you ask any benediction. And then now he is like so much captivated by the behavior and excellent qualities. And then one cannot achieve, generally one cannot achieve Lord's favor simply by sacrifices or austerities or yoga. It's not possible. But Prithu Maharaj, he is situated neutrally in the heart of everyone's heart. Lord is situated, is as Paramatma, right? And is equipoised, like that. So Prithu Maharaj, because he accepted all the instructions of the Lord, and then later, in the previous verses of this purport chapter verse says that Indra was ashamed by his own misbehavior or his own activities, and then he paid obeisances to Prithu Maharaj, and he gave up, Prithu gave up all the hatred which he had to Indra, and he embraced. So treating equal among your peers equally, like that, immediate and higher and lower entities, how to equally treat. That's the instruction he got. So he applied that instruction immediately when he hugged Indra. When Indra paid obeisances to the Lord, and like that, and then Prithu Maharaj started worshipping the Lord, and this worship of the Prithu Maharaj worshipping the Lord increased his ecstasy, and then Lord became merciful, and Lord was just about to leave, but is a well-wisher of the devotees. Suhrut Satam, is a well-wisher of the devotees. So because he's well-wisher of the devotees, he is inclined to, before departing, he is inclined to give something to Prithu Maharaj. So Prithu's, eyes were filled with complete bhakti, means eyes are filled with tears, voice choked up. We see from Sisastakam. Anybody remember the verse? That's the last. This is what is happening to Prithu Maharaj. His bhakti is in that stage. We cannot see, from the pages of Bhagavatam, we see the examples what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is instructed as in Sistastakam. We see voice is choked up, and then he is full of tears, and then Prithu could neither see nor address the Lord. And then he is totally tightly holding the Lord in his heart, and he's holding hands. This is how we should offer our prayers to the Lord. Tightly hold our Lord in our heart. When we take darshan of the Lord, fold hands, and like that. And then Lord's, when Lord's feet touch the ground, when he's coming on the Garuda, and then Prithu Maharaj is weeping, like that. Prithu saw the Lord, and he was fully satisfied looking at the Lord. Wasn't fully satisfied. Why he wasn't fully satisfied? Lord's feet generally don't touch the Lord, don't touch the earth, but out of affection for Prithu, he touched the earth and placed his hand on Garuda, and as if to prevent himself from falling off, like that. And then he is not generally not accustomed to stand on earthly ground, but Prithu Maharaj bhakti has made him like that. So in this purport, what we see, Prabhupada has nicely described. Prithu Maharaj is mentioning to the Lord that you are best of the demigods who can offer benedictions. And then he says, why therefore should any learned person ask you for benediction meant for living entities bewildered by the modes of nature? So this is the first reaction he got. Any person who is learned, intelligent, they will not ask anything which is really, going to entangle in this material world, right? So we see a pastime from Krishna Leela. There's an old woman carrying a loads of this thing, what is that? What is that? Loads of wood on her head. Yeah. So she is really very old. And then out of her fatigue, all the things fell down from her head. And then when Krishna appeared in front of her, she asked, okay, what do you want me to do, my dear? Oh, she's a great devotee of the Lord. So she asked, put me back all the thing which is fell on the ground. So all the load take back again on the head. So this is what we are doing in our day-to-day life. What do? We just want to take back the load again and carry on with our life. We think that is part of our life, and then we accept it, all the difficulties, and we don't mind carrying forward those. So Prabhupada is telling that an intelligent person, why do they ask for these benedictions which are actually bewildering us to the modes of material nature, right? So let's say, Lord is what? He's not an order supplier, but he gives everything, whatever we deserve, right? So I've heard one small story, like one person who is actually trying to give away all his belongings. So just like, generosity to others, which he don't want, he is giving away. So he is throwing everything from the top of his floor to the ground. So whatever he is throwing, everyone is taking it. But no one is actually looking back to him. They're taking it and going. So he is understanding, okay, they are just, taking and going. They are not actually acknowledging what I am throwing. They are happily taking and going, but not acknowledging or looking back. Then his friend suggested, okay, if that is a situation, why don't you throw a stone, small stone or a pebble, and see what happens. Then he throws a stone. And when he throws a small stone or pebble, it will just hit on one person's head. That person immediately look up and he starts scolding. How come you're throwing this on my head and it hurt me like that? So immediately you realize, what is this? We understand that when there is any problem for us, we look up. Up till then, when Lord is giving us, we don't look. We keep on taking whatever Lord giving us, all the benedictions we want to enjoy in this material world. When there is only reversals, when there is any difficulties, then automatically we will see. So this kind of benedictions we don't want. Which are helping us, which are not helping us to get out of this material world. They are constantly reminding us our problems. These benedictions are automatically available to us. And because what? Even the people living in suffering in hellish conditions also it's available. So, but Prithu Maharaj on the other hand is rejecting all this. He's telling, I don't want. You can certainly bestow me merging into your existence, but I do not want to wish to have such benediction. Like that. So Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport, there are different kinds of benedictions people demand. Karmis, they demand to go to higher planets. They think, if someone leaves this material world, we say he is gone to the Swargaloka. Duration of life is very long. They live, long life, happiness. That's what only they know. But when in front of Karmis, the Gyanis will laugh, okay, what is this? Nothing. I just better go to a different destination. Gyanis will meditate on that impersonal Brahman and then they will merge into the, what is that? Brahma Jyoti, merging into the existence of the Lord. And they think this is Kaivalya, greater than that. And then yogis, they attain the Paramatma feature of the Lord, like that. Yeah. So, but Lord is definitely addressed here as Kaivalyapati, master of the Lord. But devotees are receiving different types of benediction from the Lord, which is there. But a pure devotees, they are not anxious, neither going to heavenly planets nor merging into the existence of the Lord. According to the devotees, merging into the existence of Lord is considered as hell only. There's nothing. Naraka, like that. Yeah. So they are not interested in that hellish condition of life. So Prithu Maharaj here he is expressing his desire that he neither want benediction desired by karmis nor that desired by jnanis or yogis. So he doesn't want both. But what does he want? What does he want? And then Prabhupada quote another example, Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati Prabhu, a devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, described that Kaivalya is no better than a hellish condition of life. As far as the delights of heavenly planets, they are actually, what are that? Factually, below the whiffs. Whiffs, what is that? Phantasmagoria. Means like, they are just, not like completely desire fulfilling. They are still entangling us to this material world, 14 planetary systems in this universe. We still revolve around this in this universe only. But we want to transcend beyond this. Three modes. Transcend this to Shuddha Sattva platform and then reach the realm beyond this where we can attain our constitutional position and serve the Lord. So, devotees doesn't want to take any position like Brahma, Shiva, nor they want to desire to become equal with Vishnu. They only want to what? Want to servant of the Lord.
Serve
So
the
Prithu
Lord.
Maharaj, so Prithu Maharaj is making his position very clear. Whatever he is aspiring, it is very clear to him. He is not confused, and he is not getting bewildered. Oh, maybe this is good or that is good. Nothing like that. He only wanted to have the service of the Lord. And you see from the pastime of Damodar, Damodar Lila, Satyavrata Muni, he also says the same thing. He prays to achieve the same thing. Anybody remember the verse which we recite in the Ashtakam, Damodar Ashtakam?
Nachanyam.
Varam Deva Mokshana Mokshavadam.
Varam Deva Moksham na Moksham Vadim va na chainam chaneham vareshadapiha.
Idam deva
Nath Gopala Bala
Balam
Sada me manasya
Manasya
virasam.
virasam
Kim Anyaya. Yeah, he says, what does he want? He don't want anything. What is the meaning of that? The verse meaning. Can you go to the meaning, Mataji? The beautiful meaning of that. Not there, huh? No, it says that Bala Gopala form only. I want to see only that. Varam Devana Moksham na Moksham Vadimva. He says, I don't want any other benediction. Liberation. Those liberation also I don't want. We have that 5 types of liberation, right? Anybody remember what are the 5 types of liberation?
Ayujya, Samipya,
Arupya,
Sarupya,
Samipya, Salokya,
Shanti, Salokya.
Sayujya.
Yeah. So Krishna says, my devotees do not accept any of these liberations. Salokya, Shasti, Sarupya, Samipya, that is oneness with him. Nothing. Yeah. And even if I offer these liberations, they only prefer to serve me like that. They're always satisfied, engaged in service of my loving service, not interested in these principles. Salokya, Sarupya, Samipya, Sasti. Although they are actually automatically be achieved when you do seva to the Lord, they are achieved by the devotee. So no need of that liberation. Yeah. Even Bilva Mangal Thakur also, even if one develops natural devotional service to the Lord, Mukti is standing before him, folding hand, yeah, and offer all kinds of service. Mukti is doing that. That means a devotee is already liberated. There is no need for him to aspire for this kind of liberation. So pure devotee automatically achieves liberation. You don't need to desire for it, ask for it, demand, request, nothing. Yeah. So this is actually, these liberations are, opulences equal to the Lord, or having the same form of the Lord, or living as a personal associate of the Lord, or living on a Vaikuntha planet, or devotees never accept that Sayujya, at oneness with the Brahman. These are all not interested. What is that they wanted? They are interested in other rasas. 5 primary rasas, 7 secondary rasas, right? Primary rasa says Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. What's the other one? Santya, right? So devotees are interested beyond liberation in all this. In their eternal constitutional position, they will serve like that. So we have for each rasa, we have different devotees example, right? Anyone remember the examples of each rasa devotees exhibit, which we hear from Shastra?
Vatsalya Rasa is Yashoda Maiya and Nanda Kumar.
Rasa is Hanuman.
Yeah.
और माधुर्य रस गोपी मात
Gopi
गोपी गोपिका
Vrindavan.
Yeah.
Antarasa is Balaram.
Yeah. All
सत्य
the
रस is Arjuna Mataji.
Arjuna. Shanta is all.
Hanuman.
Yeah.
Shanta
Correct.
rasa is cows and
All
cute.
in
Yeah.
Golok.
All other
Stones.
paraphernalia of the Lord,
Stones,
and
trees, and all that.
desert trees, kalpavruksha tree, all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the breeze from the Yamuna water, and then the wind, the flute sound, everything. Everyone is serving Lord like that. Yeah. Flowers falling from the trees, fruits, flowers, trees bending down, fruits are trees are branches are falling little bit bending up so that the fruits and flowers are easily be reachable. Like this, everyone is trying to serve. Yeah. So pure devotee of Krishna loves Lord exclusively and reject all this sort of liberations, beginning from merging of the Lord to the all other varieties. So all this opulence he doesn't want. Yeah. So like that we see that service to the Lord is the important thing. Yeah. So devotees, pure devotees, that's why when they are interested in serving the Lord, they're not interested in taking the darshan of the Lord also, right? They are fully absorbed in the service, and then Lord is anxious to take darshan of those devotees who are serving the Lord. It's like that. So we see like that how Lord actually comes to help the devotees. We see from the pastime of this Sakubai. Yeah? Anyone know the Sati Sakubai? What is her other name actually? She is known by other name also.
The Lord comes to her home and he helps Mataji Sakubai.
Yeah.
Her in-laws will be very difficult.
Yeah, not cooperating with her, not helping in her devotion, but Lord actually comes to her personally every day and helps her in all the activities, daily chores, like that. Yeah, so she is interested in serving the Lord, and whatever activities she is doing, Lord is taking part in that, in helping her, right? So Lord reciprocates with devotees who they are desired to serve Him in that eternal position, whatever their heart is hankering for. So here Prithu Maharaj is telling, I don't want to become either Lord Brahma or Shiva, nor a devotee who desires to become equal with you. So he's just telling my position, I am clear with what I want, like that. So he's got the full instructions from the Lord. All this philosophical understanding he got from the previous verses. Now he's now praying to what he want, like that. Yeah. So shall we go to the next verse?
You can read the story.
Yeah, it's a
Hare
beautiful.
Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Mataji and Prabhuji. Text number 24. Nakamaye nath tat api aham kvachit nayatra yushmat charana ambuja swaha mahat tama antah hridayat mukha chuta chuto vidhat sakarana achyuta yesha me varaha. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Mataji. Thank you.
Anita Mataji, translation. Karpagali Mataji, Papat. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji, you can read the translation.
Yeah, Mataji. Is it Mataji is there?
Anita Mataji or not? Okay, Karpagali Mataji, you read the translation. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Am I audible, Mataji?
Yes, yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Lord, I therefore do not wish to have the benediction of merging into your existence, a benediction in which there is no existence of the nectarian beverage of your lotus feet. I want the benediction of at least 1,000,000 years, for thus I may be able to hear about the glories of your lotus feet from the mouths of your pure devotees. Purport, shall I continue, Mataji?
No,
Yeah,
Mataji.
anyone else want to?
Can read. Yeah, Barnali Mataji, read the purport. Hare
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat.
Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat pranams. Mataji, Dandavat pranams.
Krishna.
Purport. In the previous verse, Maharaj Prithu addressed the Lord as Kaivallapati, the master of the liberation of merging into his existence. This does not mean that he was anxious for Kaivalya liberation. That is made clear in this verse. My dear Lord, I do not want such a benediction. Maharaja Prithu wanted to have 1,000,000 years to hear the glories of the lotus feet of the Lord. He specifically mentioned that the glories of the Lord should emanate from the mouths of pure devotees who speak the cores of their hearts. It is stated in the beginning of Shrimad Bhagavatam 1.1.3, Sukhamukhat Amrita Drava Samyatam. The nectar of Shrimad Bhagavatam became more relishable because it is emanated from the mouth of Srila Sukadev Goswami. One might think that these glories of Lord can be heard from anywhere, from the mouths of either devotees or non-devotees, but here it is specifically mentioned that the glories of the Lord must emanate from the mouths of pure devotees. Sri Sanatana Goswami has strictly prohibited hearing from mouth of a non-devotee. There are many professional reciters of Srimad Bhagavatam who speak the narrations very ornamentally, but a pure devotee does not like to hear from them, because such glorification of the Lord is simply a vibration of material sound. But when heard from the mouth of a pure devotee, glorification of the Lord is immediately effective. The word Satam Prasangam Mama Virya Samvida Bhagavatam 3.25.25 means that glorification of the Lord is potent when uttered from the mouth of a pure devotee. The Lord has innumerable devotees all over the universe, and they have been glorifying the Lord since time immemorial and for an unlimited time. But still they cannot completely finish enumerating the glories of the Lord. Prithu Maharaja therefore wanted innumerable years, as Rupa Goswami also desired to have millions of years and millions of tongues to chant and hear the glorification of the Lord. In other words, in our ears, if our ears are always engaged in hearing the glorification of the Lord, there will be no scope of hearing the Mayavada philosophy, which is doomed to spiritual progress. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that if anyone hears from a Mayavadi philosopher preaching about the activities of the Lord, even if it is a description from the Vedic literature, he is ultimately doomed. By hearing such Mayavada philosophy, one cannot come to the destination of spiritual perfection of life. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah. So beautiful verse, which is giving us also an instruction through Prithu Maharaj as a via medium. What is it that is telling that I do not wish to have benediction merging into, which we discussed before, that but he only want that. Why he don't want to get into the merging of the existence? Because he says that I can't see your lotus feet. That nectarian beverage coming from your lotus feet. So Krishna's feet is described as a lotus feet, and then the bees are around the lotus feet. Just like the devotees are also circumambulating around the lotus feet of the Lord. The bees get honey from the lotus. Like that, the lotus feet is described, Lord's feet is described as lotus feet because it's like that kind of ecstasy. The beverage coming from the lotus feet of the Lord is so nectarian that it's beyond this merging into the existence. And he is telling that a devotee will attain that particular desire of serving the lotus feet of the Lord, just like we hear from Bhishma Dev's prayer also. Bhishma Dev also wanted to see at the end of his life in that bed of that arrows, he is actually wanting to see the lotus feet of the Lord and that Parthasarathi form of the Lord, and then in front of all his grandchildren he has a desire to leave seeing the Lord in his heart, and that benediction he got. So like that, you know, a devotee will get that kind of desire of seeing the lotus feet or serving the lotus feet is only through hearing. Yeah, and Prithu Maharaj here is asking that benediction that let me get that 1,000,000 years. So I may be able to hear the glories of your lotus feet, and that too from pure devotees, like that. So Prithu Maharaj is addressing the Lord as Kaivalya Pati, means he's a giver of liberation, master of liberation. And then he's not interested in that. Just because he's telling Kaivalya Pati, he's not telling that, you know. So if you're referring to someone like a CEO of the company, the intention is that you want to get something there. Like either some job or position or a promotion, something like that. He is not interested like that, not anxious also. He is very clear that he don't want that benediction. He only wanted that is millions of years so that he can hear the glories of the Lord. So, and then it is coming from the, if it comes from the pure devotee of the Lord, from their core of their heart, then it will attract everybody. And you don't even budge from that place actually when you hear Krishna Katha. I'm sure you would have all experienced. Actually, just last week, we were hosting His Grace Gaurang Darshan Prabhu. He was there with us and we had very nice programs, retreat and everything. And I happened to quote this verse only after the session finished that, okay, it is like he was talking about all the Charanagati pastimes from Srimad Bhagavatam, and everyone were mesmerized. We have got over 300 devotees who came to hear, and everyone were there until the last minute, and it was like this, how Prithu Maharaj was praying, give me so many years so I can hear. This is Bhagavatam coming from, like we all know, na? Prabhu is very, very well versed in Srimad Bhagavatam. So when he shares whatever from Bhagavatam, it is like Pravaha. I know how he says Bhagavat Pravaha. It's like that, and then it enters to the heart of the every person, and personally it will touch everybody, and then they will never forget that moment, and so many appreciations were received by him. So it is like that. So Prabhupada is quoting here in the purport. What is that? He's telling that Srimad Bhagavatam is Sukhamukhad Amrutam Drava Samyutam. Anybody knows the verse in the Canto 1, chapter 1, right? Chapter 1,
Hare
verse 3.
Pritam sloka. Pritama kalpataror kalitam phalam sukhamukha damrutadrava samyutam. Pipata bhagavatam
Pibata Bhagavatam
rasamalayam
Rasamalayam
muhurasika
Muhuravo
bhuvi
Rusika
bhavaka.
Bhuvi Bhavuka.
Yeah, so what is the meaning of that? निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिकभुवि भावुका. So Srimad Bhagavatam is released by, this is a matured fruit of a desire tree of all Vedic literatures, and when it is emanated from the lips of Sukadev Goswami, this fruit is becoming even more tasteful, nectarian, relishable, because is a liberated soul. So if you hear from a person who is liberated, that makes sense. So that is why Prabhupada has instructed us to hear from a bona fide authority only. Yeah. So this Srimad Bhagavatam is a superior literature, very, very ripened fruit of all literatures. So submissively hearing is essential with rapt attention, and you receive this message from a knowledgeable person, someone who is already been well versed or realized. Just not like a mundane subject matter, like philosophy, politics, economy, chemistry, like that. No, it's beyond all this. Yeah. So every living entity, like first Brahma heard from the heart of, directly into the heart, right? Tene Brahma Adi Hrudaya Adi Kavaye, right? Yeah. So yeah. So it's so like that. So this Srimad Bhagavatam is actually helps us to understand our constitutional position. And then in that particular purport, Prabhupada has mentioned about various rasas, every living entity, first born living being within this material world, down to the insignificant ant, from Brahma to the ant. They desire to release some sort of, pleasure from their sense, performing those rasas. Hmm. So, but this is all because of affection for love, for affection for the Lord. Hmm. So, like that, yeah. So, primary rasas are there, which we discussed just before. Hmm. Dasya, Sakya, Madhurya, Shanta, Vatsalya, like that. And then there are indirectly there are other, anger, wonder, comedy, chivalry, fear, shock, and all. We see Bhishma Dev is on which rasa?
Virya rasa.
Virya rasa. He's enjoying that. And then, is when he is throwing the arrows onto the Lord, and Lord is receiving as if the flower petal shower is happening on him. Yeah. So that is the rasa they are exchanging. So someone who attains this full knowledge about all these rasas, then they will be able to, understand this material world is false. So learned scholars only can release this rasas. So in the beginning, he may, desires to become one with the Lord, but this is Prabhupada says less intelligent transcendentalist cannot go beyond this. Beyond what? Beyond that, merging into the Brahma. So here, Shrimad Bhagavatam is a literature which is released even in a liberated stage. Sukadev Goswami is in a beyond liberated stage, but he heard again from whom? Shrimad Bhagavatam from Vyasadev,
His
right?
father Mataji.
Yeah. And then Narada Muni also heard. Everyone is hearing there, right? Parikshit Maharaj heard. Everyone. So we see the Srimad Bhagavatam is heard by all the liberated souls. So this is, compared as Sukha is a parrot. And when ripened fruit is actually being touched by the beaks of the birds, and then it becomes even more sweet. The flavor is enhanced there. So this Srimad Bhagavatam is coming from the lips of Sukadev Goswami is compared to that, a parrot. Though a parrot not for his ability to recite, but able to hear like that. Yeah. So Sukadev Goswami is sincerely coming from his lips, and then if your listener is sincerely hearing and the speaker is talking, and then the other audience are inquiring, that's where the combination works. And then this is coming from directly from Krishna Loka. This ripened fruit is coming directly from Krishna Loka. So foolish people cannot understand all this. They only wanted to have whatever they want here. Glories of the Lord can be heard from anywhere, they'll think, foolish people. But it will be released only coming from the mouths of pure devotees. It should not emanate from mundane scholars who just wanting to make some, what is it? Professionally making some, business out of it. Yeah. So one should therefore, sincerely seek to release this rasa from a disciplic succession, chain of disciplic succession coming from Srila Sukadev Goswami, who is describing this Bhagavatam is what? Transcendental science. So it should be presented sincerely, and serious person can only enjoy, not everybody. So Sukadev Goswami is a bona fide authority there like that. So and Prabhupada is strictly prohibiting. And Sanatana Goswami also, Prabhupada says in the purport, strictly prohibiting hearing from a mouth of a non-devotee. So that's why we have to be very careful when we approach, when we hear from someone who is not purified enough, then the effect of that hearing is not much. That means the transformation will not happen. So if there is some Krishna Katha shared in that ambience, the Katha will transform the heart of a person. Then that is, perfection like that. Yeah. So these professional reciters, they speak these narrations, but pure devotees does not like to hear from them, because that glorification of such glorification of Lord is simply like a material sound, just like another mundane thing. But when we hear from a pure devotee, the same glorification becomes very effective immediately. Yeah. So anybody has any experience hearing to any of the speakers got connected to the moment, Krishna conscious moment? Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hmm.
Yes, Mataji. Amarendra Prabhu's lectures and Gauranga Darshan Prabhu's lectures.
Yeah. So they really make you to take you to a different location, a different world, right? Transport to spiritual world straight away. No need of aeroplane also. You will go fly like that. Yeah. And then, it will help you in your consciousness purification and all that. Yeah. And then Prabhupada, another important, nice verse also, Prabhupada quote here. Satam prasangam mama virya samvido. Right? From Shrimad Bhagavatam, I think it's from 11th canto or third canto, 25, yeah. Satam prasangam mama virya samvidho bhavanti hritkarna rasayana kata tajjo sanadasva apavargavatmani shraddharatir bhakti anukramishyati. What is happening? So this hearing should happen in the association of pure devotees, discussion of the pastimes and activities. And this is pleasing to the pleasing and satisfying to the ear and the heart. Yeah. So we take darshan of the Lord, we think through the eyes. That's not the right thing. Pure devotees take darshan of the Lord through ears because they are always interested. Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. Interested in that. So it is going through the ears and then that will, from the ear holes, it will enter into the heart. Right? Shrinvanti Gayanti Grihnanti Abhikshana. Kunti Maharani also says, right? And also, what is that we recite? That the verse in Canto 1, chapter
Srinvatam Swagatam Krishna Punya Shravana
Shravana
Kirtanam
Kirtana.
Hridayantastu
Kastohi
Abhadrani Vidhanoti.
Yeah, so what is happening there? What's
All the
happening?
anarthas in the heart is getting cleansed, Mataji, by hearing the transcendental pastimes of the Lord.
Yeah, Vidhanoti Suhrut Satam. Yeah. And then there is another verse in first canto, chapter 7. There's another beautiful verse. What will happen? Shoka Moha Bhayapaha. What is that verse?
Yasyam Vaishruyamanayam. Yasyam Vaishruyamanaya.
Suryamananam Krishne
Paramapurushe Bhaktirutpadyate Pumsa Shokamoha Bhayapaha.
Yeah, so by hearing this, Shrimad Bhagavatam, oral reception is happening when this feeling of devotion is coming in your heart. What is happening? The destruction of, one's lamentation, illusion and fear is happening. So that's what it happens, and then that knowledge will help them to advance further. You'll be freed from unnecessary things, and then attraction becomes fixed and real devotion begins. That's what Prabhupada says. So for us in Krishna consciousness, when we straight away, get in contact with devotees, association, and what we do immediately, Abhyasa has to be there. What is that? There is Mananatmika Bhakti, there is Abhyasatmika Bhakti, there is, what is the other one? We first start engaging in devotional service using our senses. What is the other one? Smaranatmika Bhakti. Smaranam. So first you use our senses. That you use your hands, legs, everything in serving the Lord. Then what happens? Engage your mind. You do engage your senses. We do some service, physical service. You engage your mind. How do we engage our mind?
Chanting. Thinking about the Lord.
Yeah, chanting. Chanting is the main thing. Yeah, we do engage our mind by chanting. And Smaranam, remembering. Smaranatmika, thinking of the Lord, hearing all that. Yeah. So this is important. Without devotees association, everything will become like dry. You may read books hours together. Nothing is practical. Application is not there. What is going to happen? You won't get any realization. So one has to give up the material association and seek the association of the devotees. Without devotees association, that eagerness to chant or hear will not come. We say we hear from Bhagavad Gita. What is that? Chaturshloki Bhagavad Gita. Canto chapter 10, verse 8 or 9. What is that? Machita Madgata Prana Bodhayanta.
Bodhayanta Paraspara Kathayantascha Mam Nitya Tushyanti Cha Ramanti Cha.
Ramanti Cha. So what does that say there? You know, pure devotees are only interested in
talking about Krishna.
Talking about the Lord.
Yeah, talking about the Lord and Parasparam all the time. There's one more verse also in 11th canto. So many verses on hearing. So when the minds are observed in me, that is Maranam, Machita, and Madgata Prana, they whatever life is fully devoted to my service. And then the pure devotees do what? They enlighten each other. That is Shravanam. Bodhayanta Paraspara. And then by then Kathayantascha Mam Nityam. So then they will daily, they do conversing about me, Kirtanam happens. And then they experience great satisfaction and joy, bliss. So this is devotional service to the Lord. It gives a lot of satisfaction at both stages actually. When you are practicing as a sadhaka and when you are perfected as sadhya, right? There's a great joy devotee experiences glorifying Krishna. That's a spiritual bliss. Beyond these three modes, nothing is there like that. Right? Yeah. So it's Maranam, Shravanam, Kirtanam, everything happens. This is symptom of pure devotee. Machita is Maranam, always remembering. Matka, then Bodhayanta Paraspara, Shravanam is happening. And then Kathayantasya Mam Nitya, Kirtanam is happening. Right? So like that, we have to give up the unwanted association. Then, let's say, if glorifying Supreme Lord is very pleasing to devotees, but mundane people, what is very pleasing to them?
Nonsense things and material things.
Gamya Katha, yeah, but the more than that is something is more pleasing to them. What is that something? Yeah.
Sense gratification.
That is all there, but yeah, of all this topmost is something else.
Prakalpa.
Prakalpa. Yeah, that is okay, but something else makes them more happy.
When others glorify themselves,
Self-praising.
Correct. Yeah. You glorify them, they will be more interested in you. And then they'll be always be ready to do whatever you want. It's just, best way to trick someone is glorify them like that in mundane world. But see, if you look at, if you glorify Krishna, it's just every one of us will become automatically satisfied. Yeah. So the false ego is there in us that, if someone glorifies us, we're so happy. But whatever we don't want is pride, right? Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim kavitam ya jagadisha kamaye trinadapi sunichan. We are hearing, right? So we don't want this false prestige. But this materialistic person, they are interested in that. So that is why devotees don't try to associate with them. They have to totally avoid such association of those people so that they can take the devotees association. And then, because non-devotees, they will not appreciate Shrimad Bhagavatam. If you try with someone, 5 minutes also they will not sit, right? They'll think that, oh, in this half an hour I would have earned this much money. They will think like that. Yeah? What is getting out of it? They may become restless. Someone who
very calculative. Very
Yeah.
calculative.
They'll be calculative. And for us, oh my God, this will not work only. Oh my God, I wish I don't work. I just read Bhagavatam hours together. Like that, devotees feel like that, right? It's contrast because they don't appreciate the scriptures. That's a sad part. So knowledge is not there, poor fund of knowledge. Activities of the Lord is not understood by them. Only by association of the devotees you can understand. And then they try to, go beyond the path of liberation. So one has to have that faith in Supreme Lord. First faith has to be there. Then Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya happens, right? Association of the devotees. So devotee who makes association, their development, the consciousness will change. Transformation of the heart will happen with the information they hear. And then they start, inquiring about rendering services. And then their devotional service will become perfect like that. So there are many verses in Shrimad Bhagavatam which are very purifying. What is the other verse I can think of is that in the 11th canto, 3rd chapter, 30th verse. Parasparanu Katanam. Very beautiful verse that also. Parasparanu Katanam Pavanam Bhagavat Yasha Mitoratir Mita Drustir Nivritta Mita Atmanam. What is that? One should learn how to associate with devotees of the Lord by gathering with them to chant the glories of the Lord. And Prabhupada is telling in the translation, most purifying. A devotee develop their loving friendship. They feel mutual happiness, satisfaction. And then they engage one another, are able to give up material sense gratification, which is cause of all suffering. So Prithu Maharaj knows this is all other benedictions not required. And what he says that in this verse, what he says, Mahatmanantar. What is that Mahatmanantar means? You see, Mahatma of the great devotees. Mahat means great, devotees who are great. He's looking for the devotees who are topmost. And then they are discussing this Krishna Katha from the core of their heart. And that's where he is looking for. And it's so potent if you hear from such devotees, because there's no tinge of desire to enjoy in this material world. There's no mundane feelings. Everything is mutually purifying, mutually engaging in that Sankirtan, chanting the glories. Experiences in transcendental bliss like that. They encourage each other. And they don't, interest in other material sense gratificatory activities. So one should actually, we all should learn to increase our love to associate with devotees. Like in this forum, everyone is coming and trying to read Shrimad Bhagavatam every day. Should learn something every day, some takeaway lesson should be there, and meditate on that, contemplate, and then, that's how you will be able to, unfavorable things you reject and only serve the Lord, Krishna. So one should learn to see this entire universe as a paraphernalia to serve the Lord. That means anything you see, you can use in the service of the Lord. It's Yukta Vairagya. Engage everything in the service of the Lord. Then automatically everything you will become detached. So like that. If one passes one day in the association of the Lord devotee, one ecstasy increases more and more and more like that. So like that, when we go to some retreats, spiritual gatherings, it is like we keep on thinking about it. Oh, I wish I would stay more time there, like that, right? Why I came to this material world doing all the mundane things again, like that. Constant battling with Maya. So better I engage in chanting and hearing. Chant and be happy. Prabhupada says, no, as always like that. So we cultivate friendship with devotees. That spirit should be there. And then, we should try to, paraspara, anukatanam, means discuss the glories of the Lord. Yeah. Even if you have millions of years also is not enough to hear the glories of the Lord. So, but Prithu Maharaj is here asking, I want that innumerable years, just like how Rupa Goswami is also desire to have that millions and millions of years and tongue to chant and hear the glories of the Lord. If you are engaged in that, then there is no scope of any other thing. Yeah. So Maya cannot enter anywhere. It's just like, to a door, you are putting that door stopper. Nothing is coming inside. So you're just protected like that. So if you don't get to hear any Mayavadi preaching or any other mundane things which is not at all pleasing or not as favorable for our bhakti, like that. The Prabhupada says that if you hear to such unnecessary things, what will happen? It will be ultimately doomed. What is that? Description of Vedic literature. Even if it is a description of Vedic literature, if you hear from a Mayavadi, it's doomed. So hearing such Mayavadi, one cannot come to destination of perfection in spiritual life. Prabhupada clearly instructed here. So yeah, this is a beautiful verses, prayers of Prithu Maharaj. Very nice. Another two verses are there. Yeah, this verse is that first verse is that is not asking any benedictions, worthless, all those benedictions, like liberation, for example, 5 types of liberation. And second, he's asking that worthy benediction is what? Millions of years to hear. He's asking that benediction. And the next verses talk about what happens when you hear. And then later on, who is not interested in hearing? All those prayers he did. Very beautiful prayers. So we'll stop here. I have gone a little bit overboard. Yeah. If anyone has anything to share or comment.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Wonderful
Krishna.
class,
Hare
Mataji. Referring the other verses was so nectarian.
Yeah,
Thank
actually, I saw Mataji's message an hour ago, 1 o'clock. I didn't see that I am roasted today. And I was busy till last Friday. Prabhu was with us and we are organizing all his sessions. So I was a little bit, other things were there in the locally, the temple, Janmashtami, all very busy. I didn't even saw the messages and suddenly Zoom link came. Oh my God, today my session. I didn't, I didn't prepare actually for the class.
It was so wonderful, Mataji, even without preparing, because all the time you are into it. So Mataji, it just flows like a nectar only, Mataji.
No.
We'll take some questions, Mataji.
Yeah, if at all I
Yeah.
can.
Okay. Padma Mataji and then Sumangala Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna Mataji. You said
Hare
about those 5 primary rasas, no? Shanta rasa, dasya, and all that. After that, you said there are some more rasas, 5 rasas. What are those, Mataji?
Not
Like
5,
it could
7. 7.
7. Can you
Yeah.
please mention, Mataji, if you can give me?
Yeah, if you go to Canto 1, chapter 1, verse 3, where we just read today, in that purport you have all of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mataji.
So there are like, rasas like, what is that? Anger is there, bibhatsa is there, chivalry is there, Rudra, 7 rasas are listed there. See, Adbhuta, wonder is there, Rudra, anger is there, conjugal love, Hasya, comedy, Virya, chivalry, Daya, mercy, Dasya, Sakya, all that, Vatsalya. Bhayanak
Okay,
is there,
Mataji.
horror, Bibhatsa. These are all, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll refer, Mataji. Thank you.
So 1.1.3 in the purport Prabhupada has given that 12 varieties of rasas.
Okay. Yeah, Mataji, thank you so much.
No worries, Mataji. Anyone
Hare
has
Krishna,
any?
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, thank you so much, Mataji. And it's not a doubt, Mataji. I just wanted to share my reflection of this class, Mataji. Actually, I wanted to ask Mataji, like a few, for the past 1 month, I could not attend Shrimad Bhagavatam regularly, Mataji, which I used to do before. And I could make out the difference, Mataji. Like, we try to go and fix the material things, Mataji, leaving aside the Bhagavatam class and the devotee association, which we do not value at all, Mataji. But because life, it becomes so, I mean, it makes us like that, Mataji. So in today's class also, you shared that, Mataji, like, you saw the message today, like today you have the session like that. So why it becomes like that, Mataji? Like, we skip or something. So it goes from our path, and only later we come to know, like, oh, today is the class. Why do we miss out like that, Mataji? So that doubt I had.
Yeah, see, the thing is that if you have too many commitments, it might happen. Like for me, I mean, I shouldn't say that I am like, I'm not doing anything else beyond what is expected, but I am busy with some other things. So I didn't realize that, okay, it's going to be my roster. So I kind of overlooked it, but Krishna helped me to look it on time. It's not that 2 o'clock also I didn't realize it didn't come. So I'm so thankful to Krishna though, because see, the beauty is this. My realization I'll share for today, that, I try to sincerely pray to Lord that please give me an opportunity to stay in contact with devotees and to read Shrimad Bhagavatam, if possible, every day, at least for some time. We have a reading group where we do every day 1 hour. I have to immediately message there, I'm not coming today also, unfortunately. But yeah, so the thing is that, if you are sincerely trying, Krishna will somehow make an arrangement where you will not miss the opportunity. This is there. Now, today I realize, 1 hour, just 1 o'clock, I left my phone somewhere. I had early morning seva today. I do the dressing, Jagannath dressing I did. Morning 3:30, I got up and I came, I finished my household work and I'm bent on, I finished my chanting. I don't want to do anything today. Just left my cooking, only my children lunch box and all I did. And I want to finish my chanting. I finished my chanting and I looked to my phone where it is, and then I saw message, Mataji Zoom link, and oh my God, I didn't know that today I have to do only. I didn't keep track of this because of other commitments, which are again I'm into like other services. I'm overwhelming with so many things, but Krishna saved me. Sincerely, if you seek blessings of the devotees, and you pray to the Lord, in this is not a difficult situation, but any difficult situation also you will easily overcome, because you are always constantly thinking about the Lord. Then Krishna will help you. If you just deviate yourself and surrender to Maya also, even if you forget, Krishna will remind you. Like you said, na, for so much time you were not able to come to this session. Now you could come, like after a long time. What made you to come to class today?
Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji. It is the mercy and prayers, the connection that I had with the devotees, Mataji, like each and
Yeah,
every day. Um,
this
I could not be present on the Bhagavatam classes, but the devotees, mercy, Mataji, has brought me
that
here. And
that is
I
what it
really wanted to, yes, Mataji, that I am so grateful to the devotee association. Only
yeah,
then
that is
bhakti is becoming, I mean, so nectar. I mean, it can give that nectar, Mataji. If we do not value the devotee association, Mataji, very difficult. This is what I
yeah,
have learned, Mataji, in today's class. And it was
correct.
so wonderful, Mataji, your class. And I just wanted to share this, Mataji. Like, even when you shared your challenges, how you deal with your challenges, it gives us some kind of hope and what to say, Mataji,
Inspiration.
inspiration
Inspiration.
also
Yeah,
to
that is what happens in association of devotees. Devotees are always like
Inspire each other, Mataji.
desire trees, kalpavrukshas. Right? Vancha kalpa tarubhyasya cha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Right? So they are like kalpavruksha trees. They're desire fulfilling trees. Give you whatever you want. But here devotees, they are very out of their concern, out of their, compassion. They want you to come to the class. They want you to hear, because they are experiencing nectar. They want to share it with others. That is how, if you give more to Krishna, then Krishna will give you more. I mean, give to others, Krishna will give you more and more and more. It's not like in mundane world, if you give more, your bank balance will finish. Nothing will be there. But in
so much.
Krishna Katha, if you give more, you will get more. So this credit
Ma-
is unlimited.
Mataji, in
And
fact, we
how
have got so
Krishna finally
addicted.
empowers Mataji. Hare Krishna.
We have got
Thank
so
you so much.
addicted to. We have got so
Yeah.
addicted to Srimad Bhagavatam, Mataji. It's an addiction.
Correct. Yeah. If you get that addiction, you cannot even get up for having some prasadam also. Though prasadam is also doing devotional service, you think, okay, it's okay. We'll just hear, read. The Parasparanu Kathanam is like that.
Yeah.
Every time. That is why, Pariputta Maharaj is telling 1 million year, 2 year not enough. Rupa Goswami is telling, give me million years. They are setting their example, giving us lessons to understand that your 2 years not enough if you really want to hear Krishna Katha. Yeah.
Now, you don't feel like reading any other books, Mataji. Anytime you want to see the Bhagavad Gita or Sri Bhagavatam or Nift of
Yeah.
devotion,
Correct.
that has become like our lifestyle now.
That's right. And you can relate to my outside world through those pages of Bhagavatam. All
Yeah.
examples are there. Examples are teaching us how to live in this world, right?
Yes,
Live and
Mataji, so
leave, both.
useful.
Yeah. Parikshit
Yes.
Maharaj example, live and leave, both. Everyone showing us all their qualities for us to help us to get out of this material world.
Really
So we
amazing,
should,
Mataji.
yeah. So take that shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, and Prabhupada's mercy we have got, where we can understand in English, and all other speakers who are mesmerizing to our heart we hear. Then we take the, that increases our taste here. And there's one more nice verse also I didn't recite, but I was thinking of even that verse is good. In the half an hour, whatever mind can still try to think. Chaitanya Charitamrita Antyalila 1.99. That
Which
verse.
one, Mataji? Antelila?
Antyalila 1.99. Tunde Tandavi Niratim Vinutane Tundavali Labdhaye. That one verse also. It says,
Yeah.
I don't know how much nectar the two syllables Krishna have produced. When the holy name of Krishna is chanted, It appears to dance within the mouth. We don't experience this, but this is what Karna Krodha Kadambi Gayanti Karna Bhyayudha Spruham. It says like, when then desire, we then desire many mouths. When you experience that chanting of Mahamantra is literally dancing.
It has appeared.
Mahamantra dancing on the tongue. You want more mouths. And then when that enters into the holes of the ears, we desire many millions of ears. And when the holy name dances in the courtyard of the heart, imagine, it conquers the activities of the mind. And therefore, all the senses become inert. So that is what, Mananatmika. Yeah. When you just bring the mind under control and chant. Just like, today I didn't do attentive chanting, but I tried to complete my round before the day finished. That was my agenda. Okay, I finished my service. I do some duties at home, but now I don't want to postpone my chanting. And I kept 2 hours, and then that's it, 1 o'clock. And I saw the message, my God. And then half I cooked. I told my Prabhu, I can't cook anymore now. I had to prepare and do this. So like that, but it's nectar, Krishna Katha, when you share or hear, or hearing especially, until you come to the platform of sharing. But if you share, even more mesmerizing to your heart. Yeah. So like that.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji,
Thank
we
you,
have one
Mataji.
more question. Sarika Mataji. We'll take one more, Mataji.
Yeah, no problem.
Sarika Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam. Thank you for the beautiful class. Mataji, this is just a technical clarification. In text 23 that we did today, although the text refers to the Supreme Lord as Ishvara and Isha, in the translation, Prabhupada has written it as you are the best of the demigods.
Is Vishnu, right? Vishnu, referring to Vishnu.
So, do we refer to Lord Vishnu as demigod, Mataji?
Not really, but is what is the reference there? What is best of the demigods, right?
Yes, Mataji.
Not a demigod, best of the demigods.
But Lord Vishnu is Isha. He is the Ishvara.
Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha. That's the doubt you have, Mataji?
Yes, ma. Yes,
that is the Sham Sundara, two-handed form of the Lord. And Vishnu is appearing, is in Vaikunta, right? Vishnu is in Vaikunta.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, so Vishnu is not a demigod, but he is Yajna Purusha here, right? Yeah.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
On that note, that's what I'm understanding.
Okay, Mataji. Like as an expansion of Lord Krishna,
when he is, sacrificial aranya, he is appearing there as like a Yajna Purusha, like Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasa Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhrudam Sarvam, right?
Right, Mataji. Right, Mataji. Got it. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Lot of inspiration to be taken from you, Mataji. This inspires us how many things one needs to do in a day. Hare Krishna.
Just trying our best to be an instrument only,
Thank you
Mataji.
so much, Mataji.
I pray for
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Wonderful class.
Mataji, can we give the Charnamrita to dogs and birds, Mataji? Can we do?
I don't know. There is no reason not to give, Mataji. You can give, but make sure you don't spill on the floor.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
I think they get delivered. They get a human form of life.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jai.
Jai Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha
Kalpatarubhyascha
Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha patitanam Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anantakoti Vaishnav ki jai. Srila
Raj Shrimad
Prabhupada
Bhagavatam ki
Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you so much,
Another
Mataji.
class, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna to all devotees.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam.